Yo, so Antonio, have you heard about the urban legend of this band called Jack the Ripper?
Actually, he's not an urban legend.
He's not an urban legend.
He's actually the real deal.
This is a real deal. Do you actually know more about who this Jack the Ripper guy is?
Well, I actually do, and this is what we're going to be talking about today.
All right, well, let's continue. Antonio, so you're telling me this man, Jack the Ripper. So, Jack the Ripper, so what he does is, he targets prostitutes.
Yes,
That's
prostitutes.
Right. I mean, I'm not trying to say that I'm a prostitute or anything, but I'm with you alone in an alleyway.
Yeah, it's pretty...
Like, were they able to... So let's take this into perspective. Jack the Ripper, in a sense, he would search for prostitutes, and he would, like, I've heard a lot about what happens, in a sense, like why would he be considered Jack the Ripper? I guess that's a better way of putting it, like.
So,
I'm just trying to get it. So, like, if they never caught this man, how would it be known to the fact that his name is Jack?
To answer that question, they didn't come up with this name. This isn't something that people just came up with.
Right.
What happened was, there was two things that, you know, gave him that name. One, when he killed these women, he would literally slice them from the throat, women from the throat, all the way down into, you know, genitalia or like private parts. Slice them all the way open and disembowel them. So basically, he would clean the people out. Like, he would empty out their guts, and, you know, and stomach and all that. And that's one reason why they call him Jack the Ripper. The main reason, which is reason number two, somebody was writing letters to the police. And pretty much he was so proud that he wouldn't get caught, he would always write letters to them. And he wrote a letter to the news reporter or a news company, and basically that person who wrote the letter, he stated that his name was Jack the Ripper, and that's where the name came from.
Okay, I got an idea. So, how many people do you think Jack the Ripper murdered? How many people?
Well, they say that there was 11 murders.
There's 11 murders.
But some were by his copycats. But the main 5 murders that he had, that they know about, there's about 5 of them.
He had copycats though, right?
He did.
So he had these people who resembled Jack the Ripper, almost like a cult. But under Jack the Ripper, as if the original killer could have been alive or could have been dead. But these people decided to follow in his footsteps and cause the same incident and torture of serial killers behind the name Jack the Ripper, because no one knew who it was.
No, nobody knew who it was. So there was 11 murders in general.
Right.
11. But it's believed that there was 5 initial murders, which is linked directly to Jack the Ripper. The reason why is because every one of those murders were one street over from each other.
One street over.
Those 5 murders. The murders after that, they were in different districts. So they believe the police believe that it was copycats.
Odd. Because, like, this is what I'm trying to imagine right now. If there was a copycat of Jack the Ripper, in technicality, in like general terms, Jack the Ripper could technically exist today. This might follow in the same footsteps and try to kill someone and torture them the same way that he did.
Well, there have been murders that were just like Jack the Ripper, you know, not too long after, you know, in history, there have been murders like that.
Oh, I mean, okay, so I don't doubt it. In common sense, I mean,
there's cannibals too, which is It works than Jack the Ripper, so.
Okay.
Anthony Hopkins, you know, from Silence of the Lambs.
I'm pretty out the loop of like news and everything. But oh my God, so Jack the Ripper, the man that killed prostitutes.
Yes.
With over 11 murders.
There were 11 murders, but only 5 have been linked to him.
Only 5 that has actually been linked to the original Jack the Ripper.
That's correct.
And this taking place in London.
This took place in East London.
East London. So
basically, every time he murdered the people,
every time he murdered someone,
he would purposely go after the prostitutes and then bring them to the house or whatever. Like, if you're gonna perform an act of sex, you bring them to a place. But after he brings them to the area or the place that they're gonna have sex, I believe he has sex with them, then slits their throat, then disembowels them.
It's like pleasure turned into.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Yeah. And
it's like, if you imagine this in your mind, dude, like, bruh.
Yeah. It's pretty sick. That's why a lot of people think he was in the medical field, because the way he cut their bodies up was such precision that.
So he was not an amateur at cutting. He would.
No, he was not.
Slice them down.
Yes. And
so clean.
Yes, and that's why there's 2 theories between why the 5 murders linked with him.
Okay.
They weren't far from each other like the other murders.
Right.
And the way he cut the 5 murders, the way he cut the bodies were all the same. Whereas the other ones, they were pretty, you can tell they weren't by a professional.
Oh my God.
Yep.
It's super crazy how these killings just take place, and the way it just happens. Like you would think it would end after all the killings happen, but it goes further in where there are these mailing kidneys, the freaking people, man.
Well, he provoked everybody.
He did.
He provoked the writers, the cops, and media. He was proud of what he did. Simple as that. He got away with it. He became a legend. He got what he wanted. Now he's in history. So, what murderer doesn't want that?
It's so true. It is so true. My God. Antonio, who do you think Jack the Ripper actually was? What name do you think this person could possibly be?
Well, the interesting thing about this whole story is there was a cop or detective, Sir Melville Leslie McNaden, and he was the one covering the case, but he retired prematurely due to illness. And when reporters asked him, he said that he actually knew the identity of Jack the Ripper, but decided not to tell anyone because he said Jack the Ripper was a remarkable man. So my theory is that because back in the late 1800s, they believed in, that, God was almighty, and being a prostitute, that's a sin. So maybe Jack the Ripper, in McNaden's eyes, he was actually doing the right thing. So McNaden decided to keep his identity quiet. So at this point, we don't know who Jack the Ripper is. All I can tell you is I think he was a doctor or an aristocrat. And that's all we know of right now.
That is super surprising. Wow.
Yep.
You think you will still be left off with this as a mystery that will never be solved as of today, but left to curious minds of curious wonders. Wow.